One time when I was walking by his house, he was outside and he called me a dirty Jew. I'll never forget it. I grew up in New York City, so there's lots of Jewish people in New York City, especially when I was growing up. My neighborhood comprised of Catholics, Italians, Irish, and Jewish people. I had this one friend who lived down the street from me, and she was Catholic, Italian, and we were best friends. And I used to walk up and down the street to visit her. And about halfway up the street was an Irish family. And the father of the family, he always wore these white t-shirts with no shirt over him. And one time when I was walking by his house, he was outside and he called me a dirty Jew. And I was young, like 5 or 6, something like that. And I mean, it's been a lot of years since I was 6, and I'll never forget it. And it kind of must have traumatized me because when my husband and I got married, he used to like to wear white t-shirts with no shirt over him, and it would really bother me. And I would tell him, like, either wear a colored t-shirt or put a shirt over that. I don't want you walking around in a white t-shirt. So it's kind of a strange psychological effect that it had on me. That Italian friend that lived at the end of my street, we grew up together. We spent tons of time together. And so, since she was Catholic, on Saturdays, she would go to her church for confession. There was one time that I went with her, and I just sat in the pew while she did her confession thing. And while I was sitting there, the priest came over to me and started questioning me, like, what was I doing there and why was I sitting there? And I told him I was Jewish. I was waiting for my friend, and he said, oh, well, if you're Jewish, you're going to go to hell. Again, I was a young child. I don't really remember exactly how old I was, but I want to guess around 12-ish. And I was shocked that he would say something like that to me. I think I remember being a little bit angry because I think I felt insulted. I married a Gentile, and his family was pretty religious. I remember being at a family gathering early in our marriage, and everybody was sitting around the table, and my husband's father started telling Jew jokes. And it was just so unexpected, and it made me really uncomfortable. I was the only Jewish person there, and I didn't expect to be treated like that by my father-in-law, and I thought it was really crude. Instead of feeling accepted by the family, my new family, I felt ostracized. In general, when a Jewish person is around Gentiles, we're always aware that we're different. And we always have this feeling, at least I do, and I'm sure it's common, that the Gentile people, a lot of them are not going to like us because we're Jewish. I've heard expressions that people use, like when they talk about negotiating, Jew them down, and there's just certain things that are said that are pretty common. And so you're always conscious of the fact that you are who you are, and that there's going to be a certain percentage of people that aren't going to like you because you're that kind of person. I think I would say, just accept us for who we are and get rid of your stereotype ideas.